news. The sound of gunfire shattered the night silence at this motel in Albuquerque. Take a look. This is a live picture of the Roadway Inn. It's off Manal near Princeton, where you can see a lot of police are still out there investigating. Here's what we know so far this morning. Just after 1:30, calls came into police about a man being shot a number of times at the Roadway Inn. Again, it's off Manal near Princeton Northeast. Now, police are not saying much right now other than that the shooting started out as a robbery. Someone got shot, a man, and was rushed to the hospital. We were told that man is now in critical condition, and because of that, police are doing a homicide call-out. Those are the investigators you saw out there just a second ago. We're going to have much more on this a little bit later today here on News 13. Now, our other big story this morning, the Navajo Nation here in New Mexico is on fire. The tribe has declared a state of emergency, doing everything it can to get this fire out.
That's right. This fire is called the Acai Lake Fire. It sparked on Friday the 13th by someone burning weeds. It's big, extremely dangerous, and growing by the hour. Now, what we know is that more than 700 people are fighting the blaze that's burned more than 17 square miles on the Navajo reservation just north of Gallup. This video was taken by Sky News 13 last night. Tribal police issued an evacuation order Monday for the 400 people who live in the Nashiti and Sheep Springs area. The flames are rushing completely unchecked through dry pinon, juniper, and brush. The wind was so strong that planes and helicopters could not fly yesterday. And then there was all the smoke. Treetops are torching. Flames are spotting well ahead of the main fire, and firefighters have been pulled out from the front of it for their own safety. And this can get a whole lot worse because critical fire weather is expected through Wednesday. We'll be keeping an eye on things for you. By the way, among the fire restrictions in place right now, all fires are prohibited. That means you cannot burn, you cannot use fireworks, firearms, or any incendiary devices with a valid permit, no chainsaws or other devices with a spark arrestor. There is no smoking, nothing with an open flame, and no fireworks allowed. We'll keep you posted.
5:03 now. The changes the state wants to make to the medical marijuana program are getting a harsh reception from the people licensed to both buy it and sell it. They unloaded their concerns on the state Department of Health yesterday. Demands for medical marijuana are very high here in New Mexico, and the state says new rules would allow for more growth. The proposed changes include having patients pay a $50 fee every year, and they'd be allowed to grow just 2 plants a year now instead of 4. Plus, there would be new fees for producers, which some say would triple the cost of the medical pot.
Patients are not going to have enough money. They're not going to be able to afford being in the program. And so then we're going to lose them to the black market, back on the streets, again, buying medicine that is not tested.
Well, the state says the fees themselves would finance the program. We now have until July 1st to weigh in on this. You can find out how on our website at KRQE Links. Well, at least 27 animals have been euthanized down in Roswell in just the last 3 days, when the mayor stopped allowing rescues to adopt pets.
Yeah, he started doing that last week after a 9-year-old boy was mauled by 3 pit bulls that escaped from a local rescue. Mayor Dennis Kintai upset a lot of people on Friday when he ordered that. Upset residents have been flooding his Facebook page, calling him an animal killer. Well, yesterday, the mayor reversed his decision and said nonprofit rescue groups can adopt from the Roswell facility, provided they do the following.
Sign a letter of agreement that basically commits to humane treatment, assumption of responsibility, and full inspection of their facility.
Now, 9-year-old Colby Prince here, who was attacked by 3 dogs on Thursday, is doing much better today. According to the mayor, investigators found the dogs escaped from the Doggy Saviors rescue and says that rescue was actually found to be in deplorable conditions. So far, the operator of that rescue has not been charged.
Well, clean up your mess. That's the Albuquerque-Bernalillo County Water Utility Authority's message to Kirtland Air Force Base this morning. The utility is trying to turn up the heat to get the Air Force to clean up the huge underground jet fuel spill, the one that went unnoticed for years and is threatening the area's water table. It's anywhere between 6 and 24 million gallons. The utility is also calling for more monitoring to wells to track the movement of that plume of fuel. And good news and bad news about the big water main break at 2nd and Roma that happened Sunday night. You'll recall it complicated the drive for workers downtown yesterday morning. Well, the good news, The water main break is now fixed. The bad news, though, take a look. The intersection is still closed. Today, workers have to get out there and repair the streets. The break cut off water service to a lot of businesses downtown, including the DoubleTree Hotel. But things are flowing again this morning, and the water service is restored.
He suffered a heart attack but managed to use the last of his strength to land the hot air balloon carrying 10 passengers. That is what witnesses are saying about balloon pilot Jeff Hooten. Police say that the balloon made a hard landing Sunday morning at Spring City near Philadelphia. Now, none of the passengers were hurt. Hooten, however, was trapped beneath the basket and dragged until it stopped. His exact cause of death has yet to be determined. A Santa Fe bicycle rider has died after being hit by the rail runner. It's the second time something like this happens in 3 months where the commuter trains have been involved. In this case, a man was hit while cycling across the tracks at St. Michael's Drive yesterday morning. The crossing signal and gates appeared to be working according to police. They are not saying whether he might have had earphones on.
Well, the driver who sped away from Albuquerque police and plowed into a business in the Northeast Heights early yesterday is still on the run this morning. The crash happened about 1:30 yesterday morning near Wantabo and Constitution. Police say they pulled the driver of that truck over for having an expired license plate. Then he sped off, ran a red light, got T-boned by that car. The truck then flew into the Sound Creation audio shop, and the driver, police say, took off running. Police have not released that man's name. The driver of the car that hit him was not seriously hurt. Well, Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputies need your help finding this wanted sex offender. Benito Salazar has not registered as a sex offender, and deputies say he could be on the run. Salazar has several tattoos, including one that says Las Cruces on his neck. If you know where he is, please call the sheriff's office.
Xcel Energy will open a new electric plant in eastern New Mexico next month. Xcel has plans to build 240 miles of new distribution lines in Lee and Eddy counties, according to the Carlsbad Current Argus. There's a launch ceremony planned for the company's new 24,000 square foot facility on July 8th. The $4.8 million facility inside the Carlsbad Industrial Park will employ about 37 full-time people in addition to contractors. Now, booms in the oil fields and mining industry have increased demand for electricity in the region.